Just when we thought Ashley Trevino was going to take the truth about what happened in San Antonio to her grave, she spilled all of the tea on TikTok Live. Hey everybody, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama and Ashley Trevino. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, Ashley Trevino went on live and she spilled all of the truth or alleged truth about what really happened in San Antonio the night that she didn't go to jail.
Yeah, because I did ask like Bree and Violet. I was like, if y'all take the blame for my bag, will y'all please, I'll bail y'all out. They were like, no, I got custody battles going on. No, I got custody battles going on. I said, well, I have an open CPS case on me. And I was like, if I go to jail, like I can literally lose my kids.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I have a custody battle going on. But look at them now. And that's how I knew they were not true friends.
What do you mean that's how you know they're not true friends? So if they won't take a charge that really should belong to you because that is your bag, no matter what's in it or not, you allowed it to be placed in your bag, it's in your bag. Possessions is 9/10 of the law. I think we learned that in like first grade, you know, when they come to school and they show you what different drugs and stuff looks like. I'm pretty sure that's when we learned that, Ashley. So for me, it's the fact that Ashley can sit there on live with thousands of people watching and hundreds of people gifting her, say that Bree and Valet are not her true friends because they wouldn't catch a case for her. Girl, I don't know if you know this or not, but whatever gangster wannabe you're trying to portray on TikTok, you ain't it.
And that's how I knew they were not true friends. And ever since that day is whenever I said I'm cutting ties with them.
Yeah.
Because I asked them to do me one favor and they didn't do it.
Do you a favor? Girl, you were asking them to potentially spend up to 15 years in prison. What are you talking about a favor? A favor is when you ask if you can borrow somebody's lip gloss or, hey, can I borrow your hair straightener or curling iron? Not, hey, can you catch a case for me and potentially go to jail for the rest of your life? Oh, stop sending her money. In this next clip, you're going to hear Ashley say that DKane took the blame for her and did what he had to do. But later, she's going to say that she didn't know that DKane was going to take the blame for her. This girl can't keep up with her own lies, and my head is already spinning, and we're only 5 minutes into the video. If that.
Somebody took the blame for my purse because I told him not to grab my purse. And he grabbed my purse and he did what he had to do.
Okay, wait a minute. Did she just say that he grabbed it, but then she turned around and said that she didn't know he was going to grab it? Wait, back up.
Somebody took the blame for my purse because I told him not to grab my purse. And he grabbed my purse and he did what he had to do. And so I literally, I told him, don't grab it. Don't. I'm going to get it. And he's like, no, I got it. I said, okay.
Okay, so you did know that he grabbed your purse. You knew that he grabbed your purse and you let him take it. You said, okay, you just said it right there on live for thousands of people to see. That is your purse. What I don't understand is how you don't have a charge. Guys, how does she not have a charge? She just admitted on live, not only was that purse, but she allowed somebody else, who is DKane, to take the charges for that purse. And guess what? Out of all 18 of them that were in San Antonio that night, DKane is one of the only few that was arrested, and DKane is the only one still in jail.
He's like, no, I got it. I said, okay. I didn't know what was in there. I didn't know he had put something in there. And I was like so mad whenever the cop took it.
You were so mad when the cop took it because you did know what was in there. You just said in the previous clip that you were trying to get Bree and Valet take the blame for your purse and whatever was in it. So you knew that something was in it. Now, we don't know what was in the purse. That hasn't been made public, and I'm not invested in this story enough to go in there and start looking at arrest records on DKane. If you know, let me know in the comments below. I don't know what was in the purse. She says it was a pew-pew and not snowflakes. I don't know. I don't really care. That's not the point. The point is that she allowed someone who, yeah, doesn't have the best past, but she still allowed them to take the blame for something that was hers. A 36, or in my opinion, a 43-year-old is allowing a young 20-something-year-old kid to take the blame for something that she should be sitting behind bars for. That is disgusting. She is a terrible, awful human. I don't understand why people give her money.
Was like so mad whenever the cop took it, because she was like, let me see that bag. And she looked in it, she goes, and she's like, whose is this? And he's like, it's my bag. And no, it was not DKane, you guys. So I don't know why y'all keep saying it was DKane that took the blame.
What happened with him? Is he going to be in there forever?
I don't know. I have no idea. But DKane had their own bag, and they had their own pew pew in their bag. And his girlfriend took the blame for that bag. And then when she was going to get arrested, she turned around and told DKane, just tell him it's yours. Tell him it's yours. I can't go to jail. And I said, look, we'll get you out. Just go. And DKane was like, he didn't say nothing. He goes, just go and I'll take you out. And so that's when she went. And then the cop comes back and she's like, who's Josiah? And we were like, I don't know. And she goes, don't act dumb.
Girl, cop, lady, friend, they don't know. They are dumb. They really are. They're dumb. They're stupid. They're idiots. They're morons. I'll allege it, of course, in my own opinion.
And we're like, we don't know. We know each other by nicknames because we're on TikTok.
So who's Josiah?
And it was DKane. He goes, that's me.
Oh.
And she was in the back of us. And so he comes up and she's like, come here, let me talk to you. And then that's when she arrested him, because the girl told them that was his bag, and they had his ID.
Okay, so I have a question. Where was your ID, Ashley? Was it in your fake Louis Vuitton? Allegedly fake? Where was it? Because if it was in your purse, then I really don't understand how you're not in jail right now. Something's strange about this story. Something's really strange.
So they had two IDs in her hand. One of them was mine and the other one was DKane. But they let me go and they arrested him.
Okay, wait. So your ID was in your bag? What?
So they found my ID in my bag. Because how else would they send me a letter?
Okay. So I think this letter, there's another clip where Ashley's saying that she has to go to San Antonio to pick up her bag, but she doesn't really want to go because her bag is germy and ew, gross. Girl, we all know that you don't care about ew, gross, germy things because you're ew, gross, germy things. Allegedly. Look, you have... I think that Ashley knows that if she goes to San Antonio to collect her bag, they've had enough time, a lot of time, to talk to DKane. Maybe, possibly, in my own opinion, allegedly, DKane has told the truth about whose bag that was. There's TikTok evidence to prove it. I think that the San Antonio Police Department or Sheriff's Department or whoever made the arrest has been investigating this, obviously behind the scenes, this entire time. And I think they are luring Ashley back into their jurisdiction so they can arrest her. I don't think Ashley's going to go get that bag. Who knows? She might, and nothing may happen. But in my opinion, if she goes to San Antonio and gets that bag, we might finally get some justice and see Ashley behind bars for at least one of the terrible things she does as a person.
They had their own bag, like I said. And if you look at the videos, I actually have a video where you can see like they had their own bag and then I had my bag. But then when somebody decided to, put something in my bag, I didn't know he had done that until she took my bag from him. Because I was like, no, I'll grab my bag. They could have, because my ID was in my bag. Yeah. But it's like, it wasn't, but they would have let me go because I'm over the age.
Uh-huh.
You have to be 21 in Texas to carry.
It doesn't matter how old you have to be in the state of Texas to carry. I'm pretty sure you need paperwork in order to carry a firearm. I know my sister had an open carry permit. I'm not sure if Texas is different, but there's usually some kind of proof. They can run the serial number back and see if it belongs to you, kind of thing. So her saying that, oh yeah, like I would have been released had they known it was my bag or whatever, that doesn't make any sense. Because if that were the case, then why was Ashley so persistent about trying to get Bree and Valet to take the charge for her? She said that at the beginning of the video. Oh, they couldn't do me that one little favor. What are you talking about? Forget Camilla, forget Pancho, forget whoever else is interviewing Ashley. I swear, if I had the ability to ask Ashley questions, like, she would leave my seat sweating with stinky noo-noo because she would be so stressed out at the questions that I would ask her. They wouldn't be this little bullshit that Camilla, oh, Camilla's another story. Oh my gosh. Like, I was team Camilla for a minute. Not anymore. Not after the Santos interview. But that's a whole nother video. If you guys are interested in me breaking down that trashy interview, let me know in the comments below. I'll cover that. But anyway, Ashley, I don't know if she's trying to gaslight her audience, if she's just sitting there, like my dad used to say, like, you know, we're just talking, we're just, what did he used to say? Oh, so like my dad used to say, oh yeah, we're just shooting the shit, like him and his brothers, like they would always like get around in these big groups. He had a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters too, but they would like get around and they would talk for hours and hours, and I would be like, oh my God, I'm ready to go home. Cause you know, I need to watch like Are You Afraid of the Dark and shit like that. But it's like she's sitting there just shooting the shit, and she doesn't know what she's saying, because one minute she's saying she's asking them for a favor. The next minute she's saying that, you know, she didn't know that DKane was going to take the blame for the bag. But then she's saying that she knew he was going to take the blame for the bag. Now she's saying that, you know, if she would have known that the Pew Pew was in there, she would have taken the blame for it because she's of age. Like, none of this makes any sense. I don't know if maybe she thinks her audience is so dumb that they'll just believe whatever she says. Well, they do give her money, so maybe.
So they wouldn't have found nothing. And so if I would have known that, you know, like, I could have gotten my stuff that night and they would have let me go, then I would have told them it was my bag.
Oh, what? She just said it right there. I didn't know if they would let me go, so he took the blame for my bag. Hello? What, like, look, I don't know the law, like, in regards to like stuff that's said online. I don't know. But you can't tell me that the San Antonio police cannot do something with this information. She is literally coming on live and admitting to everything. It's like a confession. Like, come on. She's always telling people to pull up, but I bet she's not going to tell the San Antonio police or sheriff's department to pull up, because this lady knows that she's supposed to be in jail. And stop sending her money. Ooh.
But I didn't think they were going to let me go. So he was like, it's my bag. But it wasn't DKane, you guys. It was one of the other guys that got arrested.
What, girl? Like, what are you talking about? Yes, it was DKane. You just said it was DKane. Girl.
So I don't know why y'all keep saying, like, there was no in my bag, and y'all keep saying that DKane took the rap from my bag. He didn't take the rap from my bag. He took the rap for his own bag because his girlfriend snitched him out.
Okay, so you're, once again, for the like 10th time in 5 minutes, trying to tell us that DKane didn't take the fall for your bag. However, the only things that are still in police custody is your bag and DKane. Even girl math tells you what's really going on here, Ashley.
The cop lady that was in charge of everything, she was like, she goes, well, we have enough to arrest all of them. And then one of the other officers was like, no, just take the ones that you found something on that need to go in. So they were going to end up arresting all of us. And there was 18 of us.
That's crazy.
That's why they brought that big bus.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that for the entirety of this video, Ashley tried to gaslight her audience, gaslight us. So during the course of this video, we've learned that Ashley tried to get Bree and Valet to take the blame for whatever was in her bag, even though she says she didn't know what was in the bag. But they wouldn't do it because they had custody battles. And I guess that's not as important as an open CPS case. God, could you imagine, like, just imagine being them for a minute. Like, thinking about it just stresses me out. Then she goes on to tell us that she didn't know what was in the bag, but she did know what was in the bag, that she didn't tell DKane to take the bag, that she knew DKane was going to take the bag, that she didn't know that DKane was going to take the bag. And then she goes on to say that if she had taken the blame for the bag, that nothing would have happened to her. Like, none of this story makes sense. It's all crazy. But what do you guys think about all of the information that Ashley has given us? Do you think that had she just taken the blame for the bag, none of this would have happened? Or do you think that Ashley knew what would happen if she took the blame for the bag, which is why she didn't take the blame for the bag, and that's why she's making excuses for her not wanting to go get her germy little Louis Vuitton bag because she doesn't want it because the cops got germy germs? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. Ashley Trevino and Heffa's top gifter does a face reveal and airs all of her family's dirty laundry. Hey everybody, if you are new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama and Ashley Trevino. And if you're a returning viewer, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, I have to admit, I've always wondered what some of Ashley's top gifters look like. Now, allegedly, some of her top gifters are little kids, but we all know and have known that this one gifter that gives thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a day is an adult, and is an adult that has a terminal illness. And I've always kind of wondered about her. Well, in today's video, not only do we get to see what Charlene looks like, but she's airing out all of her family's dirty laundry. And even her sister comes out to try to expose Charlene for stealing money, allegedly, from their mother. So pay attention to the red circles. That is Charlene's sister asking people in the chat how to go live. And this is going to be important later on. I also want you to pay attention to the red circle in the chat during the course of this part of the video, because Charlene's sister is saying some pretty crazy things about Charlene and the things that she's doing to their mother.
No, Angie, I pay attention to everything. I've been terrified of you. I mean, since I was little, and I'm still terrified. You scare me.
And this part of the live, the comment says, "You don't know what you're doing to mom right now." Can't see what that says. "She's watching you drink alcohol and talk." So this can't be good. Right now, in this part of the video, we really don't know too much about what's going on. We just know that Charlene's live. But you're going to see during the course of this video that some pretty bad allegations are going to be made.
I mean, I think that, like, if we want to talk about it, if anybody in this chat ever says that siblings, you know, okay, like my sister and I, we don't get along at all. But when I say that her and I don't get along, I mean that we probably don't get along more than anybody else in this world. I mean, literally. Like, we've never gotten along. Ever. Ever. Not even since we were kids. So her and I never had a connection. Ever. Ever had a connection. We never hung out. When we did, it was very terrifying. But you guys in the chat might say, "Oh no, I have the same problem with my sibling." No, you guys don't understand what I'm talking about. Like, you guys want it. Yeah, my sister's in the chat, but it's okay.
Okay, so look right here in the chat. It says, "Charlene, you don't trust anybody on this app. I can pull up all the money you gave me to gift you. So look, something's really strange about this. We still don't really know what's going on right now in the video, but I think it's safe to say it has something to do with where Charlene is getting all of these thousands of dollars.
Like, you guys want it? Yeah, my sister's in the chat, but it's okay. I mean, I didn't block her from TikTok. I only blocked her from my phone and from WhatsApp. I only blocked you from my phone and from WhatsApp, and then I put your email in spam. So, I mean, yeah, I'll bring you up, baby. I'll bring you up. Don't worry. I'll bring you up.
In this next clip, Charlene and her sister are on live together, and some pretty interesting things are said. Now, I have to admit, I haven't seen this clip in its entirety because I wanted to give an authentic reaction to it, but I do know what the end result of this is, and you don't want to miss it.
What? Why are you doing this? Why?
I think any conversation that starts out, why are you doing this? Why is never going to be a good conversation.
Why are you doing this when I love you and I'm watching you and getting hurt?
But why did you start 2 hours ago? You talked about me for 2 hours. You spoke about me for 2 hours. My sister this, my sister that. My sister said that I only have one person in my life. Did I ever say you had one person in your life? Did I ever say that? Why do you call me a liar?
Charlene, I got a lot of messages from people. You really do need help, and you're only hurting Mom because you like all the tension and all the drama. It's really sad.
Okay, but you really think do you think I give a shit about any of the messages that you got?
Well, if you ever wondered what kind of people give Heffa and Ashley money, well, there you go, right there. This lady allegedly only cares about drama. She doesn't care about her family. And it seems that allegedly she is drunk in a casino or somewhere. So these are the kind of people, if you ever wondered, besides little kids, allegedly, these are the type of people that give Ashley money. I said it in one of my previous videos that Ashley is going to have a following because there are people that are just like her. They're bad moms, but they think they're good moms. They're drinking every day, but they don't see a problem with that. They put men before their kids and they don't see a problem with that. So Ashley is going to have a following, and these people are going to give her money because they think that, you know, she's somebody to look up to because she's making all this money on TikTok. What they're failing to realize is that she's only making all of this money on TikTok because they are the ones giving her money. And I think it's very interesting that we finally get to see kind of in real time the kind of people that, and this lady is not giving her just a little bit of money. We're seeing the kinds of people that are giving Ashley thousands of dollars a day. This is wild.
Number one.
You're hurting Mother.
They're probably all level zeros. They're probably all level zeros.
You are hurting Mom. All I want is positivity in my channel.
I'm worried about where you're going to go in the future. And I'm worried that I'm not going to see
Charlene,
you.
you're sitting there drinking on live. Maybe that's why you're getting reported.
I got reported for harassment and bullying.
Did you hear her? Oh, I didn't get reported for drinking. I got reported for harassment and bullying. Like that's any better, girl.
And I'm eating my food and I'm happy and I'm at a casino and I'm going to spend the night here.
You're drinking.
And I'm going to, first of all, I'm not even drinking.
Charlene, you told me when I started going on TikTok not to trust anyone, not to gift anybody, because nobody appreciates me. And when I go live and show my dogs, and you used to battle me, you would just flip a switch and then talk about money and tell me who to gift and who not to gift, and tell me to gift you.
Before the money
I gifted you over $50,000.
She gave her over $50,000. So Charlene is getting money from her sister to gift people on TikTok. Okay, listen, there has to be some sort of accountability from this sister, because if you know that your sister is gifting people like Ashley Trevino on live, then why are you giving her the money? So listen, you can't come on live and try to call out anybody if you're facilitating the problem. You're facilitating the problem by giving her the money. You're enabling your sister to give all this money to people like Ashley Trevino and Heffa, who is no better, by the way.
You gonna let me speak? Are you ever in your
pull
life?
it up and show it on TikTok.
Are you ever in your life gonna let me speak?
I will expose you.
Are you ever in your
Even though
life?
you probably would like me to expose you.
My sister's cheap. She would never gift me. You guys, I sent her all the money to gift me. My sister would never gift me.
Wait, what? Why? Okay, look. Why is your sister sending you money to gift her? Like, TikTok takes half of the money that creators get. I think it's half of the money. I'm not 100%, so don't hold me to that. But TikTok takes a big portion. So why are they switching and trading money back and forth to gift each other? That sounds like money laundering to me.
Yeah, I'd rather gift other people than
my sister would never gift me. She gifts other people, but my sister would never gift me. I gave her all the money.
You talked about every person and told me not to
gave
gift
you all the money to gift me.
You told me not to gift anybody. Liz, Tyler,
you're a liar.
Ollie.
You're such a liar.
You know why? Because you want to look good.
As if you're going to listen to me?
You want to look good. That's why.
As if you're going to listen to what I have to say. You are such a liar. But are you going to let me speak? So before the money thing, you and I...
No, I have nothing to say. You could talk all you want about me because it's okay.
I was saying before the money
you could
thing,
talk
you
about
and I were
everybody and make
battling,
yourself look good, but
and
it's
then
fine.
you were telling me that I said everything bad about you. You're like, I can never
agree, Jessica, or whoever said that, because she's taking money from my mom to use it on TikTok and then tells me not to do anything with my money.
I told my mother never to give me another penny in her life.
She's not. She's not giving you anything because she knows
I told her not
to
to give anybody another penny in their life. Not
you
another
went gambling at the casino and called mom and dad to
I'm
send
at
you
the casino.
50,000 so you don't go to jail.
So I did hear about this part in another clip that I saw. So what she's talking about right here, what Angie, the sister, is talking about is Charlene, who is currently at this casino gambling, racked up a $50,000 debt, and she was, I guess, approached by casino management. Maybe it was a different casino and now she's somewhere else, but she was approached by people at the casino and they told her, hey, you have to pay this debt right now or we're going to call the cops and you're going to go to jail. So her parents gave her $50,000. Now, it is alleged that Charlene's parents have millions and millions of dollars. And the fact that not only Charlene, but it sounds like allegedly Angie too, is giving thousands of dollars away to people on TikTok for battling or whatever. Like, I feel like TikTok battling is no better than gambling at the casino. And I don't think that Angie is really any better than Charlene because it sounds like both of them have addictions to giving really people that don't deserve it their parents' hard-earned money.
Yeah, go on, keep talking.
I play poker, yes.
And I already talked to Tony and he said you didn't give him $30,000.
Who is Cody and why did she give him $30,000? Oh my God. Do these people not realize that there are people here in America that don't even make $30,000 a year and you're giving it to them at the drop of a dime? This message is for Charlene's mom and dad. Stop giving her money. Stop giving Angie money too.
You're full of lies, Charlene.
Okay.
You're full of lies.
Cool.
And mom is watching you right now and probably crying because you're disgusting. You're disgusting. It's sad.
Do you have anything else to say bad about me?
I will tomorrow. So good luck.
Can you say it right now? Because I'm going to stay quiet. I'm going to stay quiet. Say whatever you want.
I love you.
Get it off your chest.
I love you. Keep this up. I love you.
You hate me, Angie. You hate me. You and I have never, ever loved each other. Ever. You and I have never loved each other.
Keep lying.
You and I have never loved each other. You tried to kill me twice.
Quit lying. Quit lying.
The Orlando Hotel. The Orlando Hotel incident. And then dropping me down a whole flight of stairs when I was 9 years
drinking
old.
and telling lies.
Why does it have to be Orlando? Angie and Charlene, stay away from my city. And if you are here, don't be throwing each other down the stairs.
I'm terrified. I'm terrified of you. I'm scared to death. You are the only person in this world that I'm scared of. I'm not scared of anybody else but you.
Thank you, Native Beauty.
I'm terrified of her. You guys, I'm terrified of my sister. Her and I, we've never been sisters.
No, people know my true colors and they know the way you are.
No, I've been terrified of you my whole entire life. I will never forget the day that you.
That's why I flew to Florida to see you and Norman when he passed away. That's why I've always supported you.
You wanted me to take you and your fucking boyfriend that you just met 5 days ago. And I paid for the tickets, you guys. I paid for her ticket.
You know what, Charlene?
Not only did I pay for her ticket to come,
followers.
not only did I pay for your ticket, I paid for his motherfucking ticket too. You stupid bitch.
Yep.
Not
Oh
only
wow.
did I pay for your ticket, you're sick. You're disgusting. You will never come and see me unless I pay for you to come and see me.
For Charlene to be so scared of Angie, she sure is throwing around some hard-hitting, heavy words at her.
Keep it up.
You will never see me unless I pay for you. Tell them the truth. Will you ever see me unless I pay? You tell me, oh, but are you going to pay? My sister has never come to visit me.
Keep drinking, keep talking, and it's done.
I'm sober as fuck.
Girl, you know you're not sober as fuck. If we've learned anything so far, we've learned that Charlene and her sister are both very toxic. They throw around profanities and make crazy wild accusations about each other. I don't know if Charlene is afraid of Angie. I don't know if Angie did try to unalive her in Orlando. I don't know anything. It does sound like Charlene lives in Florida, and I hope that she doesn't live in Orlando. Oh gosh, could you imagine if I ran into her at like the local Publix or something? That would be kind of awkward. You think she would pay for my groceries though? But what do you guys think about today's story? What do you think about Charlene, one of Ashley and Heffa's top gifters? I think we've learned that the type of people that are giving them money probably shouldn't even be in possession of that money. You know, they put Britney Spears on this conservatorship. I feel like these two need to be on some kind of conservatorship, allegedly, in my own opinion, and all the legal things. I don't think they should be at a casino. I don't think they should be gifting TikTok battles. And I think we've all learned that potentially, allegedly, these people have some sort of addiction to gambling. Maybe they're treating battling as gambling. I guess it is, because you're trying to make sure that this person gets on a podium or this person wins this battle. It's wild to me.
My box battles are a little different, than everybody else's box battles, I like to give 50% after every game.
But what do you guys think about today's story? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. Ashley Trevino may hold the title for TikTok's worst mom, but today I found the first runner-up. Hey everybody, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama and Ashley Trevino. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, we're talking about the resilient Jenkins. Now, this family consists of a mom, a dad, and multiple kids. I don't even know if I can keep up with how many kids there actually are because she just keeps having more and more. So the resilient Jenkins family consists of the mom, Stephanie, the dad, Andrew, and I believe he had at least one, maybe two kids from a previous relationship. I'm pretty sure it's two, but one of them he doesn't really take care of. Stephanie had two, and then I believe they have two together right now. So if my girl math is right, that's maybe 6 kids. They have over 200,000 followers on TikTok, and they're basically like lifestyle vloggers, a day in my life, watch me clean, watch me make dinner, except usually those videos are very aesthetically pleasing, like the really nice kitchen, the really nice living room, nice, neat, and tidy, even when it's supposed to be messy, bedrooms that are fully stocked with toys, clothes. Maybe they're a Sephora kid and they have more makeup and skincare than I could ever imagine. But you get my point, right? It's usually very like something you aspire to be, is something that you want to watch and engage with because it's very pleasant and very nice and very picture perfect. But not the resilient Jenkins. From her kids sleeping in the kitchen floor on a mat to dirty kitty litter all over the walls. How does that even happen? This is a family that I really don't understand why people watch and why she has her kids. What is it with these TikTok moms and not taking care of their kids and not giving them beds? Is that a part of the job application? Is that a part of the hiring process? Like when they're onboarded, are they told that they have to just take their beds away from these kids? Like, I don't get it.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people.
I totally get the concept of we really shouldn't judge people. And in a perfect world, that would be true. We wouldn't place judgment. We wouldn't have unconscious bias. But that's just a part of living on planet Earth. We do judge people, even if we try not to. We do have unconscious biases about people, even if we don't try to. It's just something that it's like a flaw of being a human. It's just something that happens. And we can try every day not to judge people or not to be biased against people, but it's going to happen. And in my opinion, in this case with Stephanie, there's something that she has to remember. She's not sharing updates about her life on Facebook and her account is private or set to friends and family mode only. She's sharing her life on TikTok for the world to see. So with that is going to come judgment or concern. I don't even think it's a matter of the fact that they are in a 1-bedroom house. It's a matter of how you have set up that house for your children. And you'll see that as this video goes along, that Stephanie is more concerned about her and her husband's sacred space than her kids having their own space.
I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive that I might have judged a poor person based off their appearance. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything my kids have in 1 bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video.
So I have an issue with this narrative that she's trying to push out to the audience that she cares more about her kids and putting them first and blah, blah, blah. But there's no way that that's true in my opinion, because Stephanie and Andrew have their own bedroom. They have their own space where they can go behind closed doors, have privacy, have their own time, while her kids are sleeping in the kitchen on a foam mattress. So how is that putting your kids first? If anything, you should have those kids in that bedroom. I don't care if you have to have 3 sets of bunk beds in that room. Those kids should have somewhere to go, to decompress, to be able to just have fun with each other and not be stressed out that all of them have to fit on a foam mattress on the floor. Now, I understand going through struggles and, needing a little help and reaching out to your community, your viewers. And the Jenkins did this by posting an Amazon wish list that had some pretty crazy things on it. Things like beds, for example, and there is evidence that those beds were purchased, but they're still using the same crappy foam mattresses on these beds. It's very thin. It has to be very uncomfortable when there are multiple kids sleeping on these bunk beds. It's 1 bunk bed, and remember, there are up to 6 kids living on those beds. So while all of the kids are sharing this 1 bunk bed in the kitchen sleeping beside a thing of onions and potatoes and whatever else is in there. I mean, that's just gross. The dad has a PS5, a big flat screen TV, and his very own bed with a box spring and a frame and all the good things, even complete with LED lights, while his children are sleeping in the kitchen.
So Resilient Jenkins, the family that has 6 people, almost 7 living in the 1-bedroom apartment, posted an Amazon wish list. And y'all, some of the items on there are just a real head scratcher, so let's get into it. How come we need a $40 car wash kit? $60 air duster? $80 pillows? This is a set of 6, so maybe each person at least could get one. Tons of car cleaning stuff. And like, granted, there's lots of stuff on here that is like normal stuff, like towels and sheets and like that sort of, you know, those sorts of things. Why do we need a $20 men's hairbrush? This sent me a $30 ring light and somebody bought it for him. Somebody also bought them a door security bar. Somebody also bought them bunk beds. And I just want to point out that these bunk beds are $189. If you add up just the car care items, the ring light and the hairbrush, it's the same price as those beds. And to me, this just highlights what the real conversation is, that the priorities just seem to be all over the place.
In this next clip, you're going to see where Stephanie is basically begging her viewers, saying that she doesn't understand why her kids haven't gone viral yet. Absolutely baffles me that my beautiful kiddos haven't gone viral yet. 2 years and counting, babies. We got this. Eventually, mama will make our dreams happen. So is it the kids' dreams to go viral, or is it your dream to go viral? There's no way you're going to convince me that these kids want to be filmed. And if they do want to be filmed as their parent, you should probably be having those conversations with them and letting them know that, hey, you're just a little kid. When you grow up, if you still want to be on social media, I'll do everything to support you and guide you. But right now, just enjoy being a kid. But again, that's just my opinion. She can do whatever she wants, but it doesn't mean that we have to support this. In this next clip, Stephanie is saying as long as you give her money, she can have more babies. Y'all, my hubby said that if I can take our account viral and change our financial situation, he'll hump away and give me as many babies as I want. So help a girl out and share. Follow and help my account so I can make this man a father of 7. I don't think he needs to be a father of 7, but that's just my own opinion. And of course, you can do whatever you want with your body, Stephanie. But I mean, come on. 7 kids plus you and Andrew in a 1-bedroom apartment? That just doesn't make sense. However you look at it, what you should be focused on, in my opinion, is getting a bigger place to stay and being able to provide a more sustainable life for your kids where it doesn't include you begging on TikTok every day. And there has been a major update to the Resilient Jenkins living situation. Make sure you stay to the end of the video because you are going to be surprised about what is going on with this family. In this next clip, you're going to get to hear Andrew, I think he's also known by Drew, respond to some of his followers, and I would even say supporters, about why he can't get a regular job.
Now, the HVAC company, that's a whole nother story in and of itself, because he drove all over the place for that company. He was the one working the hardest for that company, and yet they would not increase his pay. They increased the pay of 3 of the other employees while he was working there.
Now, Stephanie, how do you know he was the one working the hardest for that company? Were you there with him every day, or are you just going based off of what he says? And let's be honest, I've only known about the Resilient Jenkins for a little bit, and from what I know so far, there is no way he was the hardest working man at that company. In my opinion, allegedly.
Anything. It's what my workload didn't equal out what I felt to what I was getting paid, who deserved to get paid, especially how fast I was picking things up and how hard I was working. And there wasn't any complaints. The complaint was, oh, you're requesting too many days off. Yes, because I want more money, so I'm trying to find other ways to make money.
What? Okay, so you have a job that's paying you, but you're not getting a raise, or that's one of the reasons why you're not getting as big of a raise, because you're calling out too much. Yes, that is going to prevent you from getting a higher raise. And if you're somebody that's taking off so you can make more money, what? In this next video, you're going to see where Drew is cleaning out the kitty litter boxes, and, well, just watch.
It's about time these nasty cat boxes get another reset. Ever since we found out I was pregnant this time around, Babe has taken over the cat boxes completely, which I'm ever so grateful for. I mean, because let's be real, who the heck decided that cats should shit inside? What gave them the right? Cats be so entitled, having us clean up their shit. Honestly, running the house like it's their own. We love our fur babies, but cleaning up after the nasty asses? Possibly one day we'll have the luxury of having one of them automatic cat boxes. That would be awesome. Now let's get back to the video. Drew does this deep clean reset on the cat boxes about every 2 weeks. He makes sure to sanitize all the wall around the cat boxes because, like I said, these nasty ass cats be getting shit everywhere. And then he does his best to get all of the litter out of the carpet. We tried one of them rugs in front of the cat boxes. That did nothing for us. We've been using both baking soda and essential oils to help with the smell in the cat boxes, and that definitely has been helping. And generally, the cat boxes are cleaned out at least twice a day, sometimes more, depending on just how rancid that smell is. We gotta take in this clean moment for a second, because you know there's a cat right behind us thinking, oh, I'm about to fuck this thing up. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.
Okay, what? Okay, so look, I haven't had a cat since I was little, but if you have 4 cats and only 2 kitty litter boxes, that seems kind of gross to me. Shouldn't you at least have like 3, maybe even 4? I don't know. I think that's disgusting. But the other thing is, did you notice that he was like pouring the water into the bathtub with like a child's like beach toy, like a beach bucket or something? Like, I hope he's not letting those kids play with that afterwards. Like, that's a little gross to me. And also, why are we putting essential oils in kitty litter? Isn't that bad for the cats? I don't know. Do any of you guys have cats? Is that okay for cats? That doesn't seem like that's right to me, but what do I know? Gross. In this next video, Stephanie is complaining that she has to share her 1-bedroom apartment with all of those children. But Stephanie, aren't they the ones that are sleeping on the floor in the kitchen? At least you have somewhere where you can go and shut the door. Like, whatever, dude. You guys watch the video and let me know what you think.
Every now and again, I'm allowed to complain about the fact that I share a 1-bedroom with 4 kids, my husband, and 4 cats. And my insomnia is the worst part of it, because the fuck am I supposed to be in the middle of the night when I can't sleep? I can't be in the room with my husband or I'm gonna wake him up. Can't be in the room with the kids and I can't even go do the dishes or I'm gonna wake someone up.
Girl, come on now. At least you have a bedroom. So you think that at any point in time during the night that one of those 6 kids might be having a hard time sleeping, maybe had a bad dream, whatever the case is, they got up to use the bathroom, they can't go back to sleep, and they have nowhere to go. And they don't just have their husband laying beside them, they have 5 other siblings that they have to worry about not waking up. That is ridiculous that you are complaining about the fact that you don't have anywhere to go when you can't sleep. You have a bedroom that has a door that only has one person, your husband, in there. Meanwhile, your kids are out there sleeping in the kitchen on the floor. In this next clip, we're learning about the dark past that Stephanie has, or at least the dark past that her ex-husband has.
26-year-old registered S offender from Washington is being held without bail after he was charged with kidnapping and abusing a child under 14. Y'all, this is her husband. Mr. Jenkins is not her husband. This is her husband. You see, she even posted about it. Apparently she was so disturbed about it. But I don't know why, because that's not the first time that has happened. Actually, he was already a S offender before you married him. You see, Mr. Thompson has been a S offender since 2010 for essaying his mother and a 7-year-old. And you still married him. And it looks like you had children with him because her oldest daughter looks like him.
Now, I don't know if any of those kids are this guy's kids, but the fact that this man was charged with doing that to an adult, like an elderly lady, his mom, and then also a little baby, a little 7-year-old, is absolutely ridiculous. Look, guys, if you're in the dating phases, it doesn't cost very much to do a background check on somebody. Like, I highly recommend that because you never know what somebody has done in their past. And when it comes to little things that, you know, people make mistakes and shit like that, okay, fine, whatever. But when it comes to unaliving, SA, PDF files, stay away from those people. You do not want to have that be your person for the rest of your life, in my opinion. In this next video, we're finding out that that 1-bedroom apartment doesn't even belong to Stephanie. Now, I have to be honest, initially I thought that that was Stephanie's apartment and Andrew maybe moved in with her. I never would have thought that that was actually Andrew's apartment that he was supposed to have with his son from a previous relationship, and she brought all of her kids into his living space, taking over the room that was meant for Andrew's son, made it her own room, and put him out into the kitchen on the floor with the rest of their kids.
Yes, so Stephanie's mom was in my live yesterday and actually did confirm that the apartment that they live in was Drew's apartment originally, with just him and his son. Then Miss Stephanie came over with her 2 kids and invaded Mr. Drew's son's space, which I just think is really selfish. That's... How dare you take away from your son like that by making him share his space with 2 kids that aren't yours? And not only is he sharing his space, he's forced to share all his resources, the little resources they have. Now he has to share and has been sharing. It's just not fair. And then before this, Stephanie's mom confirmed that Stephanie lived with her mom. They had a 3-bedroom apartment. So she took her kids out of their comfortable 3-bedroom apartment where they had more than enough space and threw them to shack up with this guy in this little tiny apartment. Why would you do that to your kids? This isn't a situation where they were forced into this. Yes, they're poor, but they were not living like this before. They chose to live like this so that they can just be together and be trash. Like, there's no other reason for it. Miss Stephanie could go home with her mom right now, and her mom said that. They are waiting for her with open arms.
In this next clip, Stephanie's telling us that if we think she's going to raise her kids with gentle parenting, we've got her bent back sideways.
Listen, you're finna hate me for this one, but this is my 5th child, okay? Gentle parenting don't do shit. I will not raise my kids with gentle parenting. You got me bent back sideways.
So the caption for this video says, "We a blended multicultural houseboy raising our kids on them Southern ways and won't change my mind." So look, I am from the South. I am from the deep South. I am from Georgia. I grew up kind of close to Atlanta, and that has nothing to do with Southern ways. There are people from the South who do raise their kids with gentle parenting, and there are people from the South that don't. There are people from the South that have their kids out working the farms with them. Like, there's all kind of people that raise their kids in all kinds of different ways. So I don't know what kind of narrative she's trying to push or what kind of image she's trying to portray for Southerners, but girl, that ain't it. In this next clip, you're going to see that Stephanie has her baby but she doesn't have it at home or in a hospital. She has it in a car.
Our beautiful baby girl is here, and she made her memorable entrance in the car, just minutes away from the hospital. I knew going into labor I wanted to do things as natural as possible. I wanted to stay home for as much of the labor as I could, and that's exactly what ended up happening. We headed to the hospital, didn't quite make it there when she was born in the car. I really didn't want to spend very much time at the hospital. I wanted to get home to my other kiddos, especially my toddler. I haven't spent any time away from him, so being away from him at night would just be weird. But I did spend I think 8 hours in the hospital and then went back home that same night.
Now, I don't know what hospital lets you check out 8 hours after giving birth. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where they live, but that seems kind of weird to me. Now, there have been allegations put out onto the interwebs that the reason why Stephanie didn't want to stay in the hospital any longer is because all of her kids were at home alone. Now, I haven't come across any of this as being fact or any proof to support these allegations, but that is some of the information that I have seen flying around the internet about this situation. In this next clip, we're going to find out the fate of the resilient Jenkins and if they're going to be evicted from their one-bedroom apartment.
Resilient Jenkins had court today to find out if they are going to be evicted, and the verdict is in that yes, by March 16th, this family is going to have to evict from their home. Now, if you're not familiar with this story, this is a family of 7 living in a one-bedroom apartment. This is Drew, who is the boyfriend, and this housing is actually designed for him and his son. It's apparently some type of government housing for him and his child. However, Stephanie, her 2 daughters, and now the 2 additional children that they have together are living inside this one-bedroom apartment. When this family came to social media and started sharing about their lives, people noticed that the children were sleeping on foam mattress toppers, and that is how they became known on TikTok. They've stated multiple times that they do not want to get regular W-2 jobs, which is what has honestly kept them in this predicament. Now, at this point in time, their sole income is likely coming from social media, whether it be TikTok, Facebook, or any other social media platform. The reason that this is so unique, and I assume is why they are being evicted, is because it is meant for just Drew and his son, and there are way too many people living inside this government-funded home. While it's hard to hold empathy because they have obviously put themselves in the predicament that they have, Stephanie just recently had a baby, so they are going to be being evicted with a newborn in tow. Now, if they get out by March 16th, this will not go on their record and they will be clear. However, if they stay or they put up a fight, it will be another eviction added to their record. I think the biggest hope is that they do utilize the money that they've made on social media and they are able to get out into a bigger home to support their family and have their children a much larger space than just a one-bedroom apartment. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you think that they are going to go with no ifs, ands, or buts about it, or do you think they're going to put up a fight and try to stay in this one-bedroom apartment? Let me know down in the comments.
If they have to be out of their apartment by March 16th, that means they have about 2 weeks to get out of that apartment. So if you want to be updated on this story, make sure you let me know in the comments below. But what do you think about the resilient Jenkins? Do you think that they're just misunderstood and we need to give them just a little bit more grace and a lot more of our money? Or do you think they're going to continue to exploit their kids so they don't have to work real jobs? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. Ashley Trevino does a get to know me segment as part of one of her lives, but of course most of the things she said were just stupid or lies. Allegedly. Hey everybody, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama. And Ashley Trevino... And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, we are taking a look at a clip from one of Ashley's lives where she kind of does a get to know me as though we don't already know her because everything she does is on live. And I'm sick, I was bored, so I decided to debunk some of her lies in her get to know me. You may notice in some of the upcoming videos that are going to be coming out this week and probably next week that when Ashley opens her mouth or she licks her lips, it's going to be blurred. Look, I'm not feeling good. I cannot look at her open mouth or watch her lick her lips. It's literally making me want to... You understand, right?
The San Antonio incident, that was not my fault. That was actually TikTok's fault. Yes, I will continue to blame TikTok because y'all called the police on us. So yes, it was y'all.
Look, I'm not going to say whose fault it was for the San Antonio thing, but I don't think it's TikTok's, YouTube's, Instagram, Snapchat, Kick, Twitch, whatever. That was whoever had the illegal firearms, the illegal drugs, or whatever they allegedly had. That's nobody's fault but their own. But okay, queen, go off, I guess.
I cook, I clean.
You cook and you clean. Girl, let's take a look at the last meal you showed us on your Cooking with Ash episode.
There's green salsa in there. Melly! I said Melly. Oh my god, Melly! Thank you, babe. But this is a meat so far. And then the rice is right there. So yeah. But like I said, you guys, it's only me.
In this next clip, Ashley is alluding to how she got her rings. But of course, I'm just home and bored. And I scoured the interwebs and actually found footage of where Ashley actually got those rings. Or at least how she paid for those rings.
Do you want me to tell you how I get these rings? No, you don't need good credit for PayPal because I don't have good credit. I need to talk about it because I know them trolls already said that I be paying stuff that I can't afford. Well, you know what? It helps me out. And I can still have fun on a budget, okay? Yes, you can put your hotels on PayPal. So if you don't have the money to pay for like a $500 hotel room, but you want to go somewhere, PayPal lets you pay it out in 4 payments. I've done that with Jesse's Hotel, okay? My butterfly ring on James Avery. I didn't have $150 to pay for it. I put it in the 4 payments. So yes, PayPal is honestly a really good thing to do for 4 payments if you guys did not know. So to be honest, one of the hotel rooms Jesse was actually supposed to pay for, which was the $600 hotel room the first weekend he came home. And now I'm in a bind paying that one because he promised he would pay that one. So that one's gonna get pulled out soon. But yeah, like one of my PayPal payments for a hotel comes out Saturday.
Look, I'm really trying to let these clips play in their full succession before I comment. But did y'all see how worried she looked when she realized that some of those payments were about to hit her account? Girl was worried.
Like, one of my PayPal payments for a hotel comes out Saturday. And then the other one comes out the 30th. You can even pay for the hotels on Affirm. I'm just like kind of nervous because like I know that now all these payments are going to come at me, but I have the dates of when, like just to make sure I have money in my account, you know?
God. Okay, so a couple of things with that clip. First of all, what is she talking about with PayPal? Okay, listen, I used to use PayPal when I would take payments for like, when I would do like pageants, like contestants' parents could send in their deposits through PayPal. It's just easier. They're protected. I'm protected, blah, blah, blah. But what is she talking about? Do you guys know? Let me know in the comments. Like, how are you able to make payments through PayPal? I don't understand that. Now, the other stuff she's talking about, that Affirm stuff, whatever. Yeah, like, I know what those are. But, girl, like, was she saying that, like, oh, you know, I come from money, I'm richness?
I had to pay my bills today. I had to pay rent. I had to pay everything. You can tell you never had money, baby. My baby daddy was balling with money. $50,000, $100,000. I was brought up with money. My parents had money. I was brought up with money. You can tell you're jealous.
I'm richness. We don't hang out with people who don't have money.
Inviting you there. I'm too bougie for you. How is it declining? Now.
Okay. Can you try now? Again.
It declined it again. Okay, first off, bitch, if you're poor, I'm not inviting you there. I'm too bougie for you.
We don't hang out with people who don't have money, that kind of shit. Girl, 6 months ago, you were using Affirm or whatever the hell it is to pay for a $150 ring. Come on.
My butterfly ring on James Avery. I didn't have $150 to pay for it. I put it in the 4 payments.
Okay. In this next clip, Ashley is telling us how many times she's been married and divorced, as if she hasn't told us 1,500 times in the last 6 months. Stop sending her money. Get her off the internet.
I've been married 3 times. Been divorced 3 times. My name is Ashley Trevino. It's not Garcia.
Okay, I don't give a shit if her name is Ashley Trevino or Ashley Garcia. Look, if she legally is allowed to keep the Trevino last name, I don't know. I've never been divorced. Maybe that's allowed. So if that's the girl's name, then that's the girl's name. There's no need to like try to poke at her and call her Garcia. I mean, this girl's got so many other problems going on in her life, especially if you were around this past weekend, that it doesn't really matter what her last name is. In this next clip, Ashley is telling us that unfortunately she is a live streamer and not an influencer. But just a few months ago, I thought she was an influencer.
No, I do not have a day job. This is my job. Okay? Unfortunately, I am a streamer on TikTok. I would never call myself an influencer because I don't influence nothing. When you're an influencer, it's different. When you're an influencer, it's different, okay? I'm not acting like I'm a teenager, but I'm an influencer, so you have to do things like this. I would never call myself an influencer because I don't influence nothing.
It's the stupid lies for me. It's the fact that she thinks that we can't look back on the interwebs and find out what she said a few months ago and compare them to what she's saying now. In one sentence, you can't say that you're just a live streamer and you're not an influencer, but then we can go and pull up clips where you're saying the exact opposite and you're bragging about the fact that you're an influencer. But who knows? Maybe she's come to realize the fact that she doesn't influence anything. Nobody wants to be like her. And I think she's starting to realize that nobody even likes her. In this next clip, Ashley says that she's not famous, but of course, I was able to dig up some footage where Ashley not only says she's famous, but she compares herself to Selena and the Kardashians.
Content creator? No, I don't make content. I just stream online, so that's what I am, a streamer. What else? I'm not famous. I'm a normal person. Well, I am. I'm famous. I'm like Ash Kardashian. No, yeah. I heard one of them say, "Who's famous? Who's famous?" I can't because everybody recognizes me everywhere.
Oh yeah, she's a TikTok star. I'm like, what the hell?
In this next clip, Ashley is trying to convince us, like we already didn't know, that she's just a normal person and that she has depression.
I am a normal human being. I have everyday depression like everybody else. I have everyday struggles like everybody else. Is every day hard sometimes to get up? Yes, it is, because of the hate that I get, but I still continue to do it, and I still continue to get up and get on here gracefully and still continue to work. Well, yes, I am single. Am I looking for a boyfriend? No, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I would like to have a guy to talk to just because I like to talk to guys, but I'm not looking for a boyfriend. Me and Brandon are not together.
Who's Brandon? I thought you were just with Hunter the other day. I don't know who Brandon is. I can't keep up with these guys. We all know that Ashley loves to talk to men. There is a video going around TikTok where she said at one point in time she was making about $500 every time she got paid, and she was sending all of that $500 to people in jail. I think that's crazy. Could you imagine? Okay, so think about what you get paid every week or every 2 weeks. Then you're taking that money and you're sending it like to the aliens on Mars. I mean, they would probably do better with the money than some inmates in prison. No judgment if you have loved ones in prison, or maybe, I don't. In this next clip, Ashley tells us that she has not one but 2 cars and she's never depended on a man before. But wasn't she just saying that her kids don't have beds because she doesn't have a man to put it together?
I have my own car. I actually have 2 cars. They're both sitting in the back. I don't depend on a man. I've always learned to not depend on a man.
But what do you guys think about Ashley's get to know me? Do you think that she was giving you riveting information, and based off of what she said, you just love her even more than you already did? Or do you think Ashley's living in the land of Delulu, and every morning she wakes up, it's like that movie 50 First Dates, and she just gets to do everything over and over however she sees fit for that day in question? Make sure you let me know in the comments below. Girl, cut this shit out. You recorded the same shit twice. What the fuck?
I don't know. The neighbor won't tell me.
Girl, it's because you sick. Hey, it's your freaking daughter, man. Fuck. Ashley Trevino hasn't been paid in 2 weeks, and she's mad about it. Hey everybody, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things internet drama and Ashley Trevino. And if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a video. Just a heads up, guys, I am a little sick, maybe a lot of sick. I don't really know. It kind of comes and goes in waves. So my voice may go in and out. I am going to try my best to edit really well so you don't have to see me coughing and all of that gross stuff that comes along with being sick. But just so you guys know, I am feeling a little under the weather, so just bear with me in this video. In this first clip, Ashley's talking about how her account is not paying her, and she seems pretty upset about it, and I have to admit, it makes me giggle a little bit.
Me last week and this week.
Actually, on your account contact. It's because it's suspicious activities. It's not because you got bananaed.
It's like how long though? Like that's
I know. But they have a day on there. I mean, a day limit on there, like how many days it takes. Anna, Ed, thank you. No, but I do get you. Angel, because it's like, you know, you want it. Nickname, Ed, thank you. Okay, just push this one for a bit then.
Listen, in all seriousness, if the girl earned the money, she should be paid out unless she is found to have done something that went against TikTok's community guidelines. And I think we all know that Ashley's not only done that once or twice, but she pretty much does it on a everyday basis at this point. So I don't know if Ashley's going to get paid out or not. And I know that that's going to cause her some stress. And if I thought that Ashley would learn from this, that she would step back and take a look at herself, I would feel bad for her. But the fact is, we all know that Ashley's not going to step back, self-reflect, look in the mirror, and realize that she is the problem. She's always going to blame other people, and she's always going to make excuses to try and validate the things that she does online. This past weekend, Ashley exposed herself to the world again and came online the very next day and tried to justify what she did by saying that she was doing it for views. So when I say I don't feel bad for her and I chuckle a little bit, I know it might sound a little bit mean or judgmental, but again, if she was someone that I thought would truly learn from her actions, I probably wouldn't say those things. But she doesn't care what she does online. She doesn't care that kids are on the app, so I don't care if her feelings get hurt a little bit. In this next clip, Ashley's talking to Heartbreaky about her accounts getting banned and how she doesn't really care because she's just going to make new accounts and have tens of thousands of followers within a few hours. And the sad thing is, she's not lying.
She's coming because 51 has like 10K more than her, but she can pass her.
She's giving me a bigger platform. That's my main account, you guys. That is my main account.
Now y'all know I wasn't going to let her give herself clout on my channel. After all, she doesn't need anyone's clout. She has her own. However, I do want to point out the fact that Ashley's account has not only reached 1 million followers again, even after the latest Unfollow Ashley movement, it has since, as of the recording of this video, surpassed 1 million followers.
Million again.
Yeah, this is my second
Layla,
account.
MVP with the glove.
Jess and Destiny, I seen you.
Please. Alexa, skip.
My main account is Ash.
This will be the second page you get to a milli, right?
Yeah.
I guess the canceling is going wonderful.
If I was to make a new page tomorrow, I would probably get about 50K in like a couple of hours.
Yeah. You've already done that multiple times, though. That's the thing.
You know, it's really sad that Ashley is right. People are going to follow her. But one thing I don't do, and I encourage you not to do, is to follow any of her accounts. I don't follow any of her accounts. I don't watch any of her lives. I used to do watch parties. I don't do those anymore either. One, because to me, lives are kind of boring. Like, they're just kind of slow moving. And I would rather just watch clips. I would rather give the more credible tea pages those views versus giving Ashley the views. I mean, I don't really have anything against the watch parties. I just don't have that kind of time anymore. But here's something that I want to say to Ashley specifically. Ashley, people are going to follow you. Creepy old men are going to follow you. Creepy old ladies are going to follow you. Little kids are going to follow you. Young adults are going to follow you. They're not following you because they look up to you. They're not following you because they aspire to be like you. They're not following you because they like you. They're not following you because they're obsessed with you. They're certainly not following you because they want to have your life. They're following you because you're a train wreck. They're following you because you're nasty. They're following you because they want to see you crash and burn on live. They're following you to make fun of you. You're like this girl in school who, like, you would like look over and she would be staring at you. You're that weird girl that stares at everybody in school because you want what they have. And you didn't have that. You didn't, in my opinion, allegedly didn't have friends in school. You didn't get attention in school. Nobody really saw you. And you so desperately wanted to be seen. And I think that's really sad. And I think, in my own humble opinion, that's why you act the way you do. That's why you pull the shit that you pull on live, because you know it's going to get you attention. Attention that you never had. Attention that you always felt you deserved, but you never got. And unfortunately, people like to watch drama. Why do you think most movies that are dramas, or most TV shows that are dramas, or reality TV is all drama based? Because drama pulls in views. And I realize that you're smart enough to know what you're doing. The sad thing about that is you know what you're doing and you don't care how it affects others. You don't care how it affects your parents. You don't care how it affects your children, and you don't care how it affects the little kids that see you pulling the shit that you pull on live. So yes, Ashley, you are going to get tens of thousands of followers within a few hours because people want to see you fall. They want to see you crash out, and they want to see you make a fool of yourself on live. The sad thing about this is that you, at least I hope, that you don't realize that everyone's laughing at you. And if you do realize that everyone's laughing at you and you still don't care, you don't care enough to stop doing it for your children, then that's really sad. And not only is it sad, but it's despicable. In this next clip, it's more of the same. Ashley's saying that she hasn't gotten paid in 2 weeks. As of the recording of this video, she hasn't gotten paid, and she's basically begging people to send her gifts. But I thought that wasn't allowed on TikTok anymore.
Guys, we need 9 galaxies, please. If I was on my main account, it wouldn't be that easy. I can go to that account. It's just not paying me, and I don't like to lose money like that.
No, so they didn't pay you for that live.
No, it's been 2 weeks.
Since, ridiculous. You submitted a ticket though, right? Or no?
Oh, I've submitted like 30. Please.
So much. Mari, rainy day.
Guys, everybody double tapping that screen, you guys. Please.
Benny.
Double tap that screen.
In this next video, Ashley has some fans show up her house, but they don't leave her the gifts that she probably thinks she deserves.
These dumb motherfuckers just egged my car. I swear to God. I swear to God. Fucking ass bitches. I ran outside and I couldn't see them.
Okay, I know, here I go again, stopping in the middle of a clip. But listen, she talks a big game. Look, in my opinion, she knows it's little kids or teenagers that's doing this crap to her. I mean, come on, adults don't really throw eggs at your cars. They don't really do that kind of stupid shit. It's kids that do that. So I think that's why she's talking a big game. But like, she's talking a big game, but we all know Ashley's scary. We all know Ashley's not going to do anything. But I have noticed over the last few weeks that Ashley seems to be saying things a little bit more with her chest. I don't know where she's getting that confidence, but I think that's going to come back to bite her possibly very soon. And I also think it's really funny that Ashley's talking all this crap online, but who does she call? Her daddy.
Hello? They just egged my car. Who? I don't know. The neighbor won't tell me who it was, but he was outside.
Girl, the neighbor was outside and he won't tell you who it was?
The neighbor won't tell me who it was, but he was outside.
They went by their neighbor?
Yes.
They're these freaking people, man. How do you know they did it?
Dad, there's eggs all over my car. I heard it. And there's...
You heard it? But
yes.
You didn't see nobody?
No, they took off before I ran outside. And the neighbor was outside, and I said, do you know who just left here? It's none of my business.
Girl, you can't be mad at the neighbor for living by the code. Don't you date inmates? Don't you know about the code? Live by the code, die by the code. It wasn't none of their business.
I said, do you know who just left here? It's none of my business.
He said it was none of his business?
Yeah.
So was it just me, or was the dad just kind of like... Look, I don't know about the dad. I think the dad does enable Ashley because, like, one of the first things he said was, these people. No, sir, it's not those people. It's your daughter. If the common denominator from getting your car egged to getting banned every other day on TikTok to having your granddaughters not want to stay at her house to people always being friends with her 1 minute and then not being friends with her the next minute. If it's people seem to kind of sort of like her online and then meet her in person and don't like her because she catfished them online. Look, the common denominator is not these people. The common denominator is your daughter. It is your daughter. But I have to say, for the duration of the phone call, it seemed as though he was very like, oh, yeah, you didn't see him? Oh, okay. Or then he was just repeating things that she said. I think that Ashley's dad is getting tired of her shit. We all know that Ashley's mom is already fed up with her and doesn't really deal with her that much. And I'm thinking that somewhere in the near future, Ashley's dad allegedly might get tired of her bullshit and might finally, hopefully, stop enabling her from her bad behavior. And then maybe, just maybe, well, who am I kidding? That's not true. But maybe she might open her eyes, put down the phone, and take care of her kids. But we all know that's not going to happen. Now, this next clip has a title that says, Ash's neighbor egged her car. I don't know why it says that on this particular clip. If I can find a clip that doesn't have that, I'll insert that clip instead. But just in case I don't, just know it was not Ashley's neighbors that egged her car. It looked like it could have been some teenagers. There is footage of them egging the car, but I'm not going to show that on this channel because that might be evidence. And I like covering internet drama. I don't want to become a part of internet drama.
The police is so mad. He's like, this is getting ridiculous. He's going to talk to my neighbor right now. I said, he don't want to talk. So he went to go talk to him. He said, this is getting ridiculous. Water and microfiber towel only. I don't have a microfiber towel, I don't think. Let me see.
In this next clip, Heffa gets a little chuckle out of the fact that Ashley's car got egged.
And then tell me how, guess what my husband's response was? Like, his first response to the video was, what the hell? Eggs are expensive. What? He said Ashley Trevino is not even worth your eggs. That is a crazy roast. That is wild. That is literally wild, the fact that he thinks that she's not even worth our eggs. Like, that's wild behavior. We're leaving the rodeo now, yeah. Hey, we chilling. Oh, the little pig's gotta go.
Side note, did anybody ever go to the rodeo when they were a kid? I did. I thought they were fun. Did you ever go to the rodeo and then see the girls with like the crowns on their cowgirl hats? I always wanted one of those. I don't think I ever got one, actually. I probably did, but that's because my dad bought it, not because I want it or anything like that. But not that you guys care about that. But anyway, what do you guys think about today's video? What do you guys think about the fact that as of the recording of this, Ashley Trevino hasn't been paid by TikTok, that her ban didn't really go as well as I think people hoped it would. And although Ashley isn't getting paid by TikTok, she is starting to get paid in other ways, such as people throwing eggs at her car. And to Heffa's point, eggs are really expensive now. So who knows, maybe she went out there and swept up the eggs, put them in the frying pan, and cooked her up a little healthy dinner. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. She is always eating the gunk out of her nails. So what's a little dirt and sand? That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you want to stay up to date on internet drama and Ashley Trevino, I don't feel good. I don't want to look at her no more. Make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss a video. Until next time,